Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today's video is specifically for researchers who are doing research on different topics. The disclaimer for this video is that this technique is not going to replace the traditional method of research and literature review. The old method and the only legitimate method remains the same, but this is only how you can automate your processes and how you can easily navigate through different research related tasks easily, especially in terms of finding the databases, finding the exact papers, and doing the analysis of the research papers accurately and quickly. So this method is going to help you in different ways, specifically in literature review and finding the different data sets. So let's start this process. I will share my screen and I will guide you that how you can do this for your specific research task. So let's just jump towards my screen. I will share my screen now and I will show you the step-by-step process. For this specific task, we are going to use a very famous and very useful tool provided by Google, and the name of this tool is Gemini Notebook. This is very effective, and I have been using this for different tasks related to automation. So today's specific task is related to formatting and finalizing your literature review and finding the data sets and different methodologies of different papers. Now, first of all, you will see this screen whenever you are going to open your Google Notebook. Here we are going to provide our research papers. I have already downloaded some research articles related to my research problem, and you can upload different files here directly. Even you can also provide the links of these papers as well. Now I will upload these files. So let's navigate these files first. I will upload this data here, and for now I will upload only 10 research papers that I have downloaded from uh, for my specific research topic. And once you will upload here, you will see it will start analyzing your papers one by one. It will parse the data and it will extract different information. Now this is just exactly the same process that you have been doing, like reading the research papers one by one. We are not bypassing the process, but we are just making it quicker so we can move towards the actual target or actual goal of our research task. Now you can see it has extracted all the information from all papers, and this is the summary that it has generated. Deep learning techniques for fish category recognition and localization, 10 sources. And now we are going to ask different questions. You can see there are a bunch of different options here on the right side. You can create audio overview slide decks. You can also create mind maps, reports, quizzes, infographics, and data table as well. But now we are going to move towards the next step. I will give you all the prompts that I'm going to use here for your uh, tasks as well. So let's move towards the first prompt that I have generated here. The first prompt is based only on the uploaded research papers. Give me an overview of this research area. Identify main research problems, common approaches, frequently used dataset, common models, metrics, major findings, limitations, and emerging research directions. So that is going to clearly distinguish information supported by the sources. So now let's give this prompt to this now model. run this, and it is going to give me the exact information that I'm going to ask. We can wait for the answer. This video might be now longer because I have some other queries as well, so you can fast forward it or you can increase the speed of this video. So it is finding the main research problems. You can see these are the research problems that it has identified, common approaches that different papers have used. These are different research problems, common approaches. Now, frequently used data sets. This is very important, that how many different data sets have been used in these papers. Models are already there, evaluation metrics are already there, findings are already there, and limitations as well. So this is a quick overview of these research papers. Now let's move toward the next prompt. We are doing this step by step, so you have to follow the same process in your system as well. Create a comparison table for all uploaded papers. Now this is very important. Mostly whenever we are going to do uh, survey papers, we need this kind of table information, this kind of information in the form of tables. So this is what we are going to produce now. It is going to create a table for us that will have the paper title, year, research problem, data set, method, model, metrics, results, and future work in a tabular form. And this is very important for our next step. So we can wait for it. It is going to create a table. So I hope it will generate the table that we have asked to create. It is taking some time, so let's move towards the next, that is compare the methodologies. So we are doing this step by step. Firstly, we have identified the um different papers and their information. Now we are focusing on the data sets methodologies now. So this is the methodology part, and we are also asking it which methodological approaches appear to be becoming more common. This is also giving us some deep insights from this specific set of papers. So let's copy this. Once the final table will be generated, we will give the next command, and you can see it is doing our task very extensively, and it is extracting the information in depth. So it is generating the report. Here you can see the table report is already being created here. Yeah, so now you can see I have created a comprehensive scientific comparison report in this panel. Let's wait for it to refresh it so it can be loaded quickly. Still being generated. We can wait for it. Let's refresh, and I hope Now it's still creating the report, and you can see, please open the comparison report in the studio panel in the right for a detailed paper by paper analysis and master comparison matrix. And next, it is also suggesting us some information. I can turn this comparison data into a downloadable Excel spreadsheet. This is also, this is what we also need, but we are going to do this one later. So report is ready. Click on this, and you can export to sheets, and you can also export to documents. So let's just export this to sheet, and you can see this one is ready, and very detailed information is provided here. And you can see it gives us the paper title, year, core problem that it fixed, architecture that they have used, key metrics that they have used for analysis, major results are these, and computational platform, some of them they have not specified. So this is very important information that we extracted from this. Now let's move to the next process, that is to compare the methodologies, because this is also very important part in finalizing the research area and finalizing the research gap and research problem. So it is going to analyze the methodologies. Again, it is going to take some time, so we can wait for that. And it also give you step by step process and step by step guide that what it is actually doing, so you can also understand what your model is doing and what your model is um how your model or that specific notebook is understanding your query, because that is also important. Sometimes if you see that your model is misinterpreting your queries, definitely it is going to give you wrong answers. So we are going to avoid that. So this is the result, and you can see it has given us some advantages, new approaches, methods used only once. These are all the different methodologies that they have used. Now it is suggesting us I can turn this detailed methodological comparison into structured PDF summary reported with formatted metrics. Right now we don't need that. We can move to the next part, that is data sets. This is very important, that it is going to give us the information about the data sets, so we can also identify which data sets we are going to use in our research that we are going to finalize. So we will find the data set name, number of samples, the task that it is doing, modality, uh, either public or private status, and papers, how many papers are using that specific data set. So this is also going to help us. We can wait for this one. So all the reports will be generated on this right side, and you can see, and you can download these from this panel. Fishnet dataset, uh, this is going to give the name, number of samples, the task, modality, and URL as well. So you can also find the specific data set from these links. So if I open this should work. So you can see this fishnet data set is already available, and you can use this data set for your research. Then we have some other data sets as well, but I need this information in tabular form. um, give me the datasets information in Excel sheet with public links as well. So what we are going to do now, we are trying to download the uh, complete information about the data sets that which have been used in this specific research in different papers, so we can uh, use these data sets in future in our research, or we can also find the specific comparison of the data sets. So it is going to create an Excel sheet for us. Now, meanwhile, we can move to the next task. Now, this is very important, and I would recommend you to focus on this specific step uh, with more detailed, you can say, analytical view, because this is what research gap that we are going to find. So research gap is specifically very important for your paper, because it is going to define the value, or it is going to define the novelty in your research work. So we have to be very careful in this, and we cannot fully rely on the this notebook or this automation process. Again, we have to verify each step, and we have to make sure that the information that we are extracting is accurate. And same goes to this research gap as well, because this is going to lead towards your final work. Now we have this prompt. Now it is going to find the limitations, underexplored datasets, missing evaluation methods, problems not solved so far, contradictory findings, and areas suggested for research. This is how we find the research gap traditionally as well. But this time we are asking this specific task to be done by the notebook itself, or the large language model itself. So it is going to find the specific research gap for us, keeping in mind these different criterias. Now copy this, and we are going to, meanwhile, you can see our Excel sheet is ready. Let me show you this. And you can see this is a very detailed answer, and you can see the specific data set name, samples, primary task, modality, papers which are using it, and public links are also available. So this is going to really help us in future in our research. Now let's move towards the research gap part. As I have mentioned, this task is very important, because it is going to scan the research papers, and it is going to find the research gap that we are going to use for our research work as well. And it is also going to um, find different supporting papers for us in that specific research gap. So this is what it is doing us, and you can see all this task is being done in minutes, not in days. So we are accelerating the process. We are trying to get more information, but we should spend a lot of time on verifying the information that is provided by the large language model. And now you can see I can run a deep comparative analysis. So I will ask this one, can you give me some um, brief research titles and methodologies and novelty in Excel sheet. So it is going to create some ideas for us based on the findings, and in future we can use these ideas based on these papers. So this is what it is outlining, and this is what it is going to create on this panel. So it is still creating the sheet for us, and you can see it started creating the, so it's already there, so we can now download it. And here you go, you can find different research ideas. You can see here different methodologies, and novelty is given in all these papers that is provided to these notebook. So using specific you can say a research problem, you can now move forward, and you can also read different papers, and now you can design your own methodology, and you can move from this step onward. So the whole purpose of this video was to show you that how you can accelerate the data extraction part, where you can find the research problems that different papers solved, you can find the data sets, you can find the methodologies, you can compare these methodologies, and you can also find limitations. Again, you need to verify the results, you need to verify the data that is provided to you by these large language models, and then you can move forward step by step. I hope this video was helpful for you. So if you really like this video, please subscribe to this channel so you can watch more videos like this in future. Thank you so much, and see you in next video.